So I have such a funny video to show you guys. I actually like laughed out loud when I saw this video. So Jokin Ronan is his TikTok handle. I think he has maybe about 40,000 followers on TikTok. And he has a couple that's gone kind of viral. This one got a big traction and it just ended up on my For You page. And I just really laughed. If my sisters are watching, they'd be like, Christina laughed out loud. I really laughed out loud. So now I'm hyping it up, and I hope you guys like enjoy this skit.
As soon as I heard you're suspending my son? Unfortunately, yes. You see, earlier today, like always, we had our normal drag queen story hour. And she, out of all the students, picked your son to give a lap dance to. And your son, and I quote, said, "Ew, no." I never seen so much hatred from one small child. Wait a minute. You mean to tell me you are punishing my son because he didn't want to get danced on by a grown-ass man? You're... man? You know she's a brave and strong woman. You're sick. No, it's quite clear where your son is getting his bigotry from. So it seems to me that the both of you could use a little... Put that away. Re-education.
It's for a pansexual.
I love how dark it went at the end. How he like slit his throat with the book. Oh gosh. The KBCs. That's some dedication, because I don't think I would I'd want to buy a book just like that for a skit, but oh my gosh, that's yeah, the throat slashing. I'm like reading the comments. I used to do, and I'm gonna get back to doing it, but on Saturday nights I'd invite a TikToker on and we'd watch TikTok videos, and I'm like, oh, that'd be a great one to put in my pocket. And I'm like, I don't even want to wait. It's so good. I'm like, I want to show, because I really did laugh. Oh, I just love how it goes so straight horror. I commented on his video and I just said masterpiece. Masterpiece. It was so good. So good. So, the horror in the child's eyes. So, to get to the serious nature of this particular video though, there are teachers who are straight up indoctrinating your kids, and that's a risk you're running, putting them in the public schools. Just FYI. I mean, it is what it is. Or even private schools. You gotta watch private schools too. There are teachers who who don't respect the line of, this isn't my child. There's certain like moral things that are to be taught by the parents, and I'm here to instruct them on reading, writing, etc., blah, blah, blah. And there's, I mean, when you get to literature and other stuff like that, you know, there's different themes that you might touch that are, you know, but not crazy, like not something that's like the gay BCs that's required, right? For people pansexual. If you are a parent and you're upset with that kind of stuff, they will see you as the problem. So they want access to your kids, like Chris Evans, after Lightyear didn't do what they wanted at the box office or whatever, or people were talking about it. I don't know if it was prior to the box office performance, but the conversation surrounding Buzz Lightyear or whatever, he said they're gonna, you know, people will die off like dinosaurs. That's what they're gunning for. They're gunning for that they have access to your kids, so they'll teach them these things, and you will die, and they will have a new generation of kids who will be adults that have the different moral framework that was taught to by administrators, etc., and taught largely to a lot of these people so they could affirm the adults. There's this interview with someone who had defected from communism, and his job was to indoctrinate people who came into Russia. So his name is Yuri something, but if you see people write randomly on the internet, Yuri was right, that's who they're talking about, you should be able to find it on YouTube and stuff. But it's a fascinating interview. But he talked about how you destroy a nation by the demoralization of a nation. When you can commit a demoralization for the ultimate goal is ideological subversion, but once they're totally demoralized, then you can have something in front of them that's false or whatever, and you can convince them of anything. And I really think that the transgender issue is perfect cultural Marxism. It's just perfect. I want to do a more concise video about this, but I will go ahead and throw out my thoughts. When you're watching Winter Soldier and Hydra is talking about how they made an algorithm and they know who's a threat to them now and who will be a threat to them in the future, and they want to get rid of people who could even possibly be a threat to take down Hydra in the future, whatever. The transgender ideology is a way for the government or whoever to look at who's going to just stand up for objective truth and be no, that's not so. Boys can't become girls, etc. Blah blah blah. Biology is real. Who's gonna stick to their guns with that? Who's gonna try Macy Gray and then get pressured and turn around and be womanhood's a vibe? Who's gonna do that? Who's going to just go along with cultural acceptability? And just be oh yeah, they want to be nice, so they go along with it, so they're willing to just do whatever. Then there's people who are just totally apathetic and don't care, and they're gonna wake up, their country's just gonna be gone. And then there's people who will just be the clapping seals, just go along with it because they find virtue in that. And then there's the people who totally believe it. So I think it's a perfect look into who will stand up and who will sit down and who will bend the knee. Constantly injecting this stuff into our culture, into academia, into the government. I don't want to say everything is I don't know, communist plot to take down the country. I don't want to go that far. Some of this stuff is legitimately, they dip their toe in the water. The conservatives react, and then they're ticked off because the conservatives reacted. So now they're doing cannonballs and just to tick people off. A lot of it is probably that. But there is a lot to be politically gained, and I don't want to go down that whole rabbit hole. I've explained it before, but I don't want to veer too off from the topics that I wanted to discuss today. But yeah, I think it's perfect cultural Marxism. But the parents are an obstacle because they believe that parents have immoral values and they're instilling and teaching their kids wrong. And it's the educators that are supposed to be the virtuous ones that are going to save the children from their parents. And there are some parents who aren't good parents. There are some parents that are immoral, and that are I don't know, a villain in a after school special or something. But a lot of parents, even though can be misguided or even wrong on some things, genuinely do care about their kids and just care about their well-being. And if something happens to that child, it's not the teacher who's going to pay for that casket and bury that kid. That's going to be on the parent. They're the ones who feed them and clothe them and, will nurse their wounds, etc. You are just a person who you see them for a long amount of parts of the day. and you have a relationship with the kids and you may care about the kids, but they're still not your kids. And once the year is over, you know, or the couple years, you won't see them likely ever again. So, you're not entitled to someone else's kids. You're just not. Yeah, such a phenomenal video. Such a phenomenal video. Thank you for watching my video. Make sure you go to blacktnews.com and check out different articles, different videos, and also check out our merchandise. If you like what I do, you can also support at the website on the donate page. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and also that notification bell. God bless.